What's up, everybody? Welcome to Crypto Banter. Welcome to the best YouTube and community out there. Welcome, guys. We are finally getting some sort of bounce out of Bitcoin. Good reaction. You know, we've kept having a look to see how these sellers are continuously just getting the better of the doubt every time. But we are getting good bounces. We are starting to get Bitcoin that is really reacting at zones, and we're starting to get some really good volume and some good green candles that are forming. So it's showing us that someone is buying a lot at these low areas, and we're continuously getting these strong bounces. And if we have a look here, let's get up there, we can see that Bitcoin now has broken the higher time frame trend. We just wanted to chase the little higher high point, so we are having a short-term little pullback in the zone, but this, guys, is starting to get to a point now where we are getting volatility. We are getting active in the actual market now. So today, great show. First thing, we are going to be hitting the short-term trades. We've been talking about so much education. It's time to start doing it, and it's time for us to start seeing how this actually works. How do we actually start getting consistent, even not knowing where everything is bigger picture? Remember, we needed a little bit of time with bigger picture. We needed candles to print. We need a little bit more information. Does not mean we should not be trading and making some money. We have created the full system for us. Let's see if it is. There we go. There's that full system that I've been talking to you about. And we are going to be putting all of this in action this week, guys. So the first thing I do want to start with, guys, let's get the charts off here. Is welcome, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. Follow myself on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Follow Ran on Twitter, Crypto Man Ran, guys. What does this do, guys? Firstly, you're going to get notifications every time we go live. You can see we have adjusted for the last week or two that now it's not just about the trades and the calls. We are really getting to the point where we're teaching you guys how to fish. We are going huge with the education. We have the sniper school we know we've been talking about. Guys, we are very busy with the school right now and getting the curriculum, getting everything where it needs to be. The thing is, it was going to take us a little bit of time to get this out. So this is where we decided to start bringing this major education for us every day, little bit by little bit on any key topics that we are seeing. So we can still keep you educated while the school is going to be pushed. We are still looking for the 1st of August for the proper school to launch to the masses. We are doing the 100 people launch. I think it's the end of this week or next week. We're still deciding exactly when, but the main thing is, guys, we're bringing this education to you guys every day. So it's very important to follow us on Twitter for any updates that's happening. All the school updates, everything is going to happen over there. And follow us on our Instagram as well. It's crypto_banter. All the correct descriptions are below, guys. All the correct links. Please make sure. There's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of guys that are faking our accounts, asking you guys for money, asking you to DM them. We will not do that. We'll never ask you guys for money. Everything is for free. So make sure you're not falling for that, because I see they've hit a lot of people, and it's time for us to all help each other as well, guys. If you see it, report it. Push it. We need to make sure that we protect our community. This is what it's about. It's about forming a family for us, guys. I think getting through all of that, we also know we got the banter bags, guys. We are waiting for the market to turn where it needs to be, where we're going to get the banter bags in. When we get to 500,000 subscribers, we will be giving these banter bags out to the public. We'll be deciding on how much we will be giving to each person. We're just allowing the market to be and making sure that we're also being very correct investment-wise, all of that. Then, guys, another big launch that we are hitting. I'm still going to decide. Let's see how much love we get from it first. I'm looking to probably do this 2 to 3 times a month. We are starting a new thing called trading with the sniper. Guys, what this is going to do is, obviously we have, for the investors, we have 2 different crowds out there. We got the investors and we got the short-term traders. And what I actually want to do is I want to put this whole structure into play for everyone. So what I want to do is we're going to get the team involved. We want to create a 3-hour session where you guys sit with us and you trade live for 3 hours. That is the next thing we want to. We want to now put this all into play. That, okay, we say we can do these short-term trades. We say we can. We want to show you guys how we do it live. How do we, as pro traders, or what do you say, more advanced traders, how do we do this live? How do we actually? So we are starting this new thing now where we are going to be selecting. I think the first one I've set my eye on is around about 30 people. We might push it to 50. You can see we're starting to make these a lot bigger. Like today, we also have the free sniper session, which will happen much later on today. We've chosen 50 people for that. So make sure you are tweeting, make sure you are showing a lot of love, because we are going to choose another 50 for next week. You can see how we're starting to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're just making sure that everything works. So let me know the love. Like, show me love. I want to see the likes. I want to see if you guys, the more I can see that you guys want to love this whole trading with the sniper, doing these live sessions, doing this live, guys. It's time to now start seeing the stuff live now. Yes, it's great to see it on screen every day. Let's see how it's done in person. So hit the like, show me if you love it. Also, I will be putting a tweet out. The problem is, guys, a lot of the winners that we select, it is very difficult to track you guys if we get the winners from YouTube. So it's so important that we are going to put the tweets out to select the winners. For the comments on those tweets is where we'll be selecting, because it's a lot easier to get hold of you, to make sure that you're there. When it's on YouTube, we just have your name, and it's very difficult to see who you are and to get hold of you. So we want to make sure that's a very easy process, because a lot's coming. And I think this next session is really going to be awesome, guys. So I think let's jump in. Let's have a look to see what is happening with Bitcoin. What are we getting at? What's our next step? And then I have great. I'm going in full out on the short-term trades. We are going to get used to using the full system. Where's it? There we go. We are now going to be very active. We know we've had to be very patient with the long term, and that's fine. As investors, you have to learn to be patient. Remember, you're investing once or twice a year. You want to get to the point where making money becomes easy. And the only way you do that is by getting a good investment entry and leaving it the hell alone. Another exciting thing, guys, we're going to be teaching you guys how to stake on Binance today. That's going to be powerful. We're going to start showing you guys week for week the different staking platforms, but we know that Binance is the majority one the majority of us are using. This is the one where we want to now show you guys that any of those long-term holds, any ones that you bought now for the next 3 months, 6 months, year holds, start staking them. Stop panicking in and out of the market and giving the money away, because that's what you're doing. You literally, if you're getting in and out and you're playing with majority of your money, you're giving little bits and little bits away. It's about time now to get a good portion in, get it away from your hands, stake them, leave them, and then use our little active portfolio, which is our spot wallet, guys. Remember, your spot wallet is basically running between 20 and 30% of your capital. That's where we're going to be very active this week, because I'm going to teach you how we generate that spot wallet, and we automatically fill our cash wallets. We make the spot wallet a little bit bigger, and we fill our long-term portfolio without having to put money in. It's about using that soldier, getting the job done, not falling in love. Your falling in love coins is your long-term coins. Go stake them, and then obviously using that profit and diversifying and making sure that we're not compounding all in one place, that there's always backups. And we've learned a big lesson now. The big lesson now is, doesn't matter what, whenever we are making profits, fill a cash portfolio. We hate the shitcoin, dollars, right? But we need it at the end of the day, if there is a big dip or anything in the market. So we're going to get into a big habit now of, no matter how good it is and how much money we're making, we are always going to fill a cash wallet and make sure we always have dollars on any big dips in the market, anything we can take advantage, any good RDOs, RCOs, when that all comes back into play, we have cash. So now we're finally getting structure. So for those who have been dedicated, well done. Well done, guys, because you're going to see how it's going to start to play off now. It's taken time for you to learn and to get this sort of structure. But now we've got a game plan for the first time. Who would have thought when you started trading, what do you do? This whole thing looks like absolutely... If you've been using all these notes, you have a game plan now. You have a structure on how to hit this market, which means you need to go all out at it. Follow your rules, follow your systems, and we're going to do exactly that together. So, guys, looking at Bitcoin and where we're sitting at with Bitcoin right now is we have broken the 6-hour trend, and we're now coming down to test, okay? Now, this is now where our short-term active portfolios are going to get big into play. Now, before I do get into that, let's have a look quickly, big picture, and just see what we need. For all the guys that are looking for investment holds, those are quite up. Let's actually jump in over here and we can see, guys. So here we go. We got Bitcoin, bigger picture. Let's get into play. Okay. So shorter time frame. If I take the shorter trend line in here, we can see we're breaking out beautifully. Bitcoin is getting to that point now where we're starting to progress and get bigger momentum to the upside. But now what we do need now for the investments, we've been saying anytime we had this little what do they call it? Even the walk-off. I've been seeing this walk-off thing everywhere, the spring. And all that is, guys, is everyone knew that these were the previous lows. So they send the price lower, they stop everyone out, and they send the price back up. That's what makes sense of what happened there. And the reason why I'm saying that is look how we had a second dip over the weekend. And look where that dip literally landed. It literally landed to 30,000, again in that zone. And then we're getting the strong spring. Guys, look at the springs that we are getting when we are getting to these levels. Who's buying? Are you guys buying? A lot of people have been scared to buy for the last week. Who's buying? Because every time we get there, we're getting this damn strong spring up to the upward side. I think big guys are buying there. I definitely think every time someone big is buying at those zones, because we could see how the volume and how quickly we are jumping out from those zones. So the last thing we want now for the bigger picture view, guys, is to break this trend during today, during tomorrow, and to continue that way up to the zone, because the break of this trend will take us up to these sort of levels. Let's get it marked up here. Will take us up to that level is where I would like to see price gradually make its way up over the next week or two. Maybe a bit shorter. We'll see as we progress. But we can see then that's a good upward side to take us close to that $38,000 to the $42,000 region. Take us back into those zones, which will be really, really good. And what we will then do is obviously track that momentum as we move. But you know what? We've been saying, guys, even with the staking, for the bigger investment views, doesn't matter if Bitcoin is 30,000 now, you're buying at 33,000 or you're buying at 30,000. In a year's time, when it's 100,000, you're going to make either 300% or you're going to make 310%. The main thing is you're getting good buys investment-wise. You are still catching Bitcoin at a 50-55% discount on where we are. So now the main thing that we've been stressing about is this. You see how we were having these previous strong accelerations to the downward side. I love that we are finally getting some fight backs from the bulls. We are finally getting some strong push-ups, and they're starting to show a bit of fight now. We're starting to get this lift now where we're getting these strong bounces at these specific levels. So the last thing we need now is to detect, as we know that at any point, if we don't break through these major higher time frame trends, we can always just come back down and test these sort of low areas again. Okay, now this is where I want to, obviously the short-term traders, where we're going to capitalize because we've got minimal risk. But anywhere in these zones is still really good investment buys, guys. Between 30,000, 32,000, as we progress, we will see. But this is looking good. And when we break this trend, remember, even as a you can be a what do you call it? You get two types of traders out there. The guys that try to guess the bottoms and the guys that buy the confirmation breaks. So we always said that with this trend, as we are tracking down that trend, this is where the power of that trend line comes, because you literally track it down. This is higher time frame, track it. Boom. We break out. That's the key indication. Now we're going for the next levels. So we are getting there. We are getting strong. I just saw the little bit of I think it's the 4 hour and the 1 hour are getting to the top. So showing us that a small pullback is coming. And from that is where we need to capitalize. And obviously looking at when we finally break this trend, it can take a day, can take 2 days. But for the bigger investors, the bigger views, that is the very good sign for us that can start progression back upwards to the upward side. Guys, I'm still not settled to say that we haven't even, let's get rid of that so it's not too much in the way. There we go. That we still haven't captured any of the balance in these big areas up over here. So at some point, I still see Bitcoin attempting those highs. We were making sure that we were just, where do the big guys want to buy? And we could see clearly they didn't want there and there, but now we are getting this repetition of this big bouncing happening in these zones. Someone big is buying at those zones. So for bigger view, Bitcoin and where we're sitting with Bitcoin is we just want the break of that trend. And we are tracking. If you haven't bought, you haven't filled any of your investments, we're tracking this trend line. A break of this trend line is a great investment buy. But where we've been buying is a good place, guys. We can see that clearly where we've been getting in. So what I do see from Bitcoin is a short-term pullback, and eventually the break up that will take us up to the $38,000 to $40,000 region. And that's when we will track. If we don't get that high point, we might free up a little bit of capital for the investment side, and we'll see as we progress. The main thing is we've been stocking up at a good zone. Even on Friday, we spoke again of Bitcoin going to 30,500, and I think we bottomed out at 30,000. So it was very, very close. So investment-wise, anywhere in those zones are really, really good buys, and we're just having a look at the break of that trend, and that will then obviously take us up to the next level. So we're looking good, guys. With that, looking at dominance is getting to the point. Excuse all you can see we love educating. We are still at that zone. And what I love is we literally hit that trend line and we're starting to make our way down. So this is where I've been wanting to see the rejection from the dominance that we've been talking about. Because what this will do for us is we'll have a strong push down from the dominance, which will give a great push from the alts, which makes sense, guys. The alts have been the ones that have been destroyed. So all the ones that we've been talking about investment-wise for Ethereum and stocking up at those zones, guys, stake them, get them in. We're going to have a strong push from this dominance eventually. And it looks like we're getting it now. That does look good. I want to see the continuation down, but this is giving us a sight now, even for short-term traders. Dominance is going down, short time frame. This is a 4-hour, 8-hour. So we got a bit of good opportunity. What I do like about this is if I draw this trend line in play, we are breaking it to the downward side. So it's showing us that the money is going to get diversified into the alts, and we're going to start having that strong push up from the alts, which is good. So dominance, we know, is still on par. And we know that the alts time is coming to shine. All we're doing is making sure which are the alts that we are stocking up on. So bigger picture, guys. As an investor, we're all looking at Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin's doing, we are getting to that point when we break that daily trend or that 8-hour trend on Bitcoin is when we're going to have an absolute push from the alts. The alts are going to run strongly with it. And if we can have the break of that trend to the upward side that takes us to these levels, and we have the drop in the dominance, that means alts are going to shine, guys. This means when alts are really going to start catching up and getting to those levels. So for higher time frames, there's no point going through the alts. We've been giving you guys the lists. Go look at Friday. We've got the lists on all the higher time frame views. The main thing is Bitcoin is the only one we're really focusing on daily basis to see as investment view, are we on par for where we need to be with Bitcoin? So that's looking good, guys. Having a look at the total market cap, great bounce. We've been bouncing. And what's nice about the total market cap, this is the market too without Bitcoin, is you can see how we broke that trend. So that's good. It's showing us the alts are now starting to wake up. We can see our Kusama is flying today. That is one we're going to be having a look at for the short term. But you can see how the alts are starting to now wake up. Remember, they need to make Bitcoin, make sure that Bitcoin is safe before they worry about the alts. If Bitcoin can start breaking levels, the comfort of getting back into the alts will come back into the market, and they'll start diversifying back into
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You sound good.
Hi,
Ready to go. Let's
Fred.
start.
Can you hear me?
How you?
I'm on standby.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. I think we've temporarily lost Sheldon. So why don't you pull up a chart and chat to the team for us for a bit? I think Sheldon should be back on in a couple of minutes.
Yes, I can do that, guys. So let me just flip over to my screen there. So yeah, I was I was kind of spacing out. I didn't listen to everything that was going out there. But let's quickly have a look at
I'm back.
Bitcoin and the way that I see it. There's Sheldon. He's back.
Guys, load shedding.
Nobody.
Huh? You live in South
Why
Africa,
you
they
disappear
say.
on me?
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Let's get everything shared up there. Load
All right,
shedding.
then.
Those who don't know what load shedding is, when they shut our power off in the middle of the day and we're busy running around there getting all back on track. Okay, cool, guys. I apologize for that. Cool. As I was saying, guys, so now we can see with the market cap that we had very strong, good bounces in these regions. And same thing, shorter time frame with the market cap, we can see, I think everything got reset here. Cool. We can see how we are breaking the short-term trends. So remember this, guys. Remember that the simplicity of understanding that when we do break a trend, we come down and we test, and then we continue the way up. And what that always does for us is it gives us our second region to now track that momentum as we're moving our way to the upward side. So we can see how that helps very much with understanding that it's non-prediction, but we can see very much what is needed when we play out these plays. So now we can see the total market cap is getting a strong bounce out. That's good. So the small pullback we're seeing right now is not unnatural. It's not anything to stress or worry about. And like I was saying, same with the total 2, which is the alt, that we are getting a really good bounce from the alt pullback and then a continuation. And this is where all our short-term trades now pull into play. So let's get into that, guys. So the main thing is, just to summarize now, investors, we are just waiting for Bitcoin to see we break that trend. Otherwise, at any point, you can come to 33, 32 in that zone. The main thing is we are getting to a point where we have made a higher low on the higher time frames, which is a really good sign. And we are starting to show some really good fight back. And we can see that, I'm expecting a strong push from Bitcoin now coming in this week. And let's see where that progresses as we get. And we'll then basically take it from there. So investment-wise, our buys have been good. Our stocking up has been good. Doesn't matter if we bought a little bit high from the zones. The main thing is we understand big picture that we are still really, really catching good specials here. Get them out. We're going to teach you guys how to stake and show you the whole part of the investment side. Remember, that is about at least 70% of your portfolio. So now let's get back. I think everything is a little bit mumbo jumbo here. Cool. Now we get back to this. Now, what we're going to start doing, guys, is because we're waiting for the higher time frames, sure, cool, no problem. Time to damn make some money and start understanding that what is this? How do we actually, how many of you feel like, how do we act? Do people really make money in this market? How do they actually, guys, system, rules, and sets in play? This is what we do. So from the spot wallet side, this is our short-term trade now. This is where we are taking 20, 30% of our capital and we are sending them out for a job. No love, no nothing. We are just using that for a plain job on how to make that. So what I'm looking at, I have 4 short-term trades for the guys today with stop loss regions. Remember, guys, I'm also going to be showing you guys quickly today on how to set a stop loss for those who don't know how to do it. And we also have this lovely feature that we use very much, Coin Panel, which helps you very much automate that easily if you don't have a lot of time or all those things. So what we do have, guys, anyone that is interested with Coin Panel, the description is below, the link, and it's got all the YouTubes. How does it work? How does that, guys, what that does for you is it helps you summarize your time, because the difference with a normal trade when you're taking a trade is when you put a limit order with your dollars, your order has to go through first. Then once that order goes through, then you can only set a stop loss and a take profits and all these things. The difference is why we love also using the Coin Panel is because we can automate, we can already set that we want to buy the coin at this price, and you can already preset your stop loss and your 3 take profit points, which means as soon as your buy gets triggered and your order gets set into place, it automatically sets your stop loss, it sets your take profits, it sets everything already for you, which means that you can get in the morning, watch the show, have a look to see all the areas, put everything in, you can go continue with your day. If it's unsafe, it will stop you out. If it progresses, you're going to make money and we're going to take. So remember why we are using all these sort of tools. So let's get into the short-term trades, guys. Let's see what is the next place now for us to be making some good trades. Now, with Bitcoin, where I see a really good, there's the power back on, at least. See, everything's been a little bit preset here. So this little pullback that we have now, guys, I see now Bitcoin just coming and testing these supports. So for short-term traders, between 33,000 and 33,500 is a great short-term trade. because after this is when I then see us breaking out that trend and making our way up to the 38 to the 50 to the $42,000 level, which means we have at least a good 10, 15, 20% to be making on a Bitcoin trade. Okay. Now remember that some of the alts are going to make you more gains. The difference obviously comes with volume. So why we trade also Bitcoin short term is the volume is always there. So when you market execute or you do any of these things, it's very easy to get in and out of the market without losing too much money in between. So now with Bitcoin, so to summarize it now, I'm looking for Bitcoin to come to this region over here, which is between the 30,000 to the 33,500 in that zone is where I'm stocking up on short-term buys. My TP zones are looking between 38,000 and 40,000, which means if we look percentage-wise, we can see that anywhere from that zone to the 38 is between a 16 and a 20% trade for the short-term guys. Okay, and then where I'm looking to put my stop loss is around 32,000 is where I'm putting stop loss in that zone, which means I'm risking up to 4% for a 20% gain. Remember now that as a spot trader and a short-term trader, you are taking those damn profits. You also need to decide as a trader what you want out of the trade first. Meaning that if you're happy with a 10% trade, when Bitcoin gets to 36,000, take your damn money off the table. Because then when you take your money off the table, you then take, okay, now I've made my profit. Now I take 33% of my profit. I shift it. I leave 30, where is it? There we go. There we go. Now I put 33 back into my spot. I take another 33%. I put them into my long terms. What are those coins that I don't have yet? The ones we keep talking about on the lists. You go buy that, and then you put another 33 in your cash. Guys, a little system like this, you can't go wrong because you are making sure you always have cash. You're making sure that your spot wallet is always ready for any dips in the market. Your spot trades will always have stop losses. Remember, you can get stopped 3 times and one victory already make 3 times a month in what you've lost, and you've made profits. So don't ever be afraid to get into the habit of using the stop losses for those zones. Okay, so Bitcoin, that's the short-term trade. This is the one that I'm looking forward to now is Ethereum, guys. So Ethereum, where I want to be getting is also close. So Ethereum, $1,900 to the $1,950 is where I'm looking to be stocking up in Ethereum for the short-term trade. We have broken a beautiful trend line over here and its higher time frame. This is why I'm saying the alts are starting to wake up because Bitcoin is fighting that trend. Ethereum's broken that trend, and we've gotten a higher high in the 4-hour. So this is a really, really good sign. So between 1,900 to 1,950 is where I want to be stocking up on Ethereum, and my stop loss is sitting at 1,780. Now, for those who don't know, before I get into the next ones, here's my dollars here. I want to buy Ethereum. I want to set a stop loss. Okay. You can see the first thing that you always need is when you want to be buying the coin, I'm going to give you a range, meaning that I'm telling you to buy at $1,900. So if you want to buy at $1,900, remember, your limit order is the one where you can set your own price. You don't have control of the time, but you can set the price that you want. So now I go easily over there. I say $1,900 is where I want to buy Ethereum. The amount that you want to buy, you put that in play and you select it. You can see my order set. If the price goes to $1,900, it will take that price and it will buy your Ethereum at that price. So when I'm giving you that range, that's how you take it. Now, remember that now it's set in there. This will only go active once the price gets there. So when the price gets to 1,900, that's where it will buy it. And then you'll only receive your Ethereum. Remember, there needs to be a seller for your buyer at that price. Now, let's say Ethereum now goes to $1,900 and your order gets placed through. You've now taken your place. Now I have Ethereum. Okay, now that you got your Ethereum, so the first goal was, let me get my buy. I got my buy. Now I need to protect my buy. So now I got my Ethereum. Sheldon or the sniper is saying, let's put our stop loss at 1,780. Now what I do is I go over here. You see the stop limits over here. I click stop limits over here. I say 1,780. Now there's a little key difference here between your stop and limit. Guys, you must always just never put it the same. Always just put them a little bit separate to each other. So I usually use 1%. As my sort of difference. That's just to make room, guys, in case the price moves too quickly. If it drops straight through 1,780, you don't want to miss your stop loss. So you want to make sure that it does reach anywhere in this order book. So what we use is always like a percentage difference, which means I would set that at 1,760. It doesn't mean that it's not, let's just put that 1,780, and then we got 1,760. 1,760. Doesn't mean it is going to take it at 1,760. It's just saying that if it misses there, it will make sure that your order gets taken anywhere between that range. Just to make sure that you don't miss a stop loss. I'm sure you guys, if by putting it at the same amount, sometimes you're going to miss your stop losses, and you don't want that. So now you've got your Ethereum, you put your stop, your limit is always a little bit lower. Doesn't matter what coin it is. If it's Bitcoin, use a % difference in the price over here. You say the amount, and you set your stop limit. It's going to tell you the order will be priced at that price, and it will sell it if it hits that price, and there we go. So there you can see. Now my Ethereum, I've bought it. I got my Ethereum in play. Now that's how I set a stop loss. So now it just means that I've bought in the region of 1,900, but if it goes anywhere to those levels, it will make sure it sells me out. And why do we use that? Because we know danger zone, we don't want to come back in this trend. So if it comes back in this trend, rather stop me out because I know I can get Ethereum cheaper. And that's the whole purpose of using the stop loss. So if you guys are lost, please go through this again. That is how you set your stop loss. And then obviously you got something else called the OCO order, and I'll go through this quickly, guys. So what the stop limit is there to protect you, right? But now, so I'm going to delete this quickly. So that's how you just set a stop limit. And that's to say that you're protected if things go against you at any point. Now you got something called the OCO. Now what an OCO is, it's a stop limit with a limit. The problem is when you set a stop limit, you could see it takes away your Ethereum, which means, okay, now I'm protected. But what happens if it goes up? How do I take profits? This is where we use the two regions. Now, I tell you guys, we are buying at 1,900 and we're taking profits at $2,800 is where I see Ethereum getting to as the next level. Okay, so if I draw this up, there's where we're saying that's where we need to take profits, take it off the table. So I'm basically saying I'm going to use 2,500 as the example. Now I know I got a stop limit. How do I protect myself? That's my risk. And then I got my reward, my take profit point. So you can see here, you got the price at the top. Guys, this one at the top here that says price. This one is your limit order. This is your take profit order where you're taking it. So meaning that I'm saying Ethereum's going to go to $2,500. There we go. Okay, that's where I want to take profits for this trade. Where do I want to protect myself? 1,780. And remember, you always have the limit, which you put a little bit lower, 1,760. There we go. So now what this does is giving me both best of both worlds. So now I've bought the coin, we got the entry in. I need to go do something today. Okay, cool. Put your stop limits in. We know that's a strategized stop loss, and put your take profits in. So if you go anywhere in the day and you're not there, if the price dumps and the whole market turns, it stops you out with 3 to 4% loss. Okay, great. But if the price goes up and it goes to 2,500, you don't want to miss that. So if it goes to 2,500, it will sell you and take your profits at $2,500 and put you back into dollars. So this is where your OCO. So you're setting your limit order at the top, and then you got your stop limit. Now I take my 100% that I want to set it at. There we go. We can see there very clearly. Your stop loss, your take profit, and your one order cancels out of the OCO. So I'll be setting this up and putting that on my Twitter as well for you guys. Now I go and I say sell ETH, and you see what it does here for me. It sets me up 2 orders. One to take profits, and one if it doesn't go my way and it goes wrong, there's my stop limits, and that's how it protects me. So now we know how to protect ourselves. I don't want to hear that anyone hasn't put stop losses in. I don't want to hear that anyone's not taking profits, because this is how you use it. So every day when I'm giving you these blocks, make sure you're jotting down the prices that I'm giving you guys. We also have dollar summary that gives you the full summarizers every day. And go set in your orders. You buy at that level, you put your 3%, 4% stop loss, and you put your 20, 30% take profits. And if we get stopped out, no problem. That means we're going to get it lower. That's the only reason we should get stopped out, is if we're going to get it lower. Because the lower we can get it, the more gains we can get to the upward side. So I hope that has helped very much. So now we know how to put a stop loss, how to put a take profit as well. And if I show you, one last thing, let's jump back there. Let's take it off. There we go. And remember that even if you have your coins, guys, if I cancel at any point, just remember that the OCO is your limit and your stop limits in one. And then you obviously got your normal stop limit. That means that if you are an investor and you know you've bought Bitcoin at $33,000, but you know 28 is really support, so you'll just put, but you have no ceiling, meaning that you know that Bitcoin can be 100,000 at the end of the year. So you're not cared about taking the profits along the journey. This is like for your higher, let's say your bigger part of your portfolio. You can just put that stop loss in. It will take the order. It will sit in there, and you can just allow it to run as long as it wants to run. With the OCO, make sure you obviously take profits. So your limit order make sure that you do take profits at any point in the market. So I hope that has helped very much. Remember, limits, you can't select the time, but you can select the price. Market is your quickest way to get in and out of a market. So when we have sometimes a break of trend, and I say, guys, we're buying break of trend, you go to market and your market executes. As soon as your market executes, you got your coins. Now you put your stop loss in and you put your take profits in and you sit back and you relax. Done. Stop making this a game where you have to sit and stare at the damn screen. It's not how it works. Make it easy. Just learn a system and run with it. So quick recap. I know I've been speaking a lot on there. I'm seeing Ethereum go 1,900 to 1,950 is where I want to be stocking up, and 1,780 is where I'm putting my stop loss. Under the previous low at that zone, my TPs, I'm looking for the first one. We're going to run off this one first. We'll see as we progress. $2,400 to $2,600 is my TPs. So Ethereum's looking really good. The next short-term trade for all you guys. So the same way I've explained it, you do it with any coin. Same thing if I go to Link here. Exact same thing. There's Link. There's the price. So same thing. Now I'm telling you guys, Link, we want to catch anywhere $17 to $17.7 is where we want to catch Link. Stop loss, 16.4. There we go. Where am I seeing Link go? To 24. I see when the power resets, it resets a lot of my charts, but I'm seeing it go between $23 and $24. So now you got your take profits, you got your stop loss, and you got your entry point. Very simple. Use the OCO. So Link, I'm seeing a nice short-term trade of at least 30 to 35%. Whenever you are happy, take your profits. If it's 10, 20, it doesn't matter. Learn how to take profits. Then you take those profits, and then we split it. Simple, 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 simple. We're going to get into the shorter time frame trades are going to be where we're very active this week because we need to wait for the investments, and that's okay. But doesn't mean we can't be making money. So Link is looking really good. And the next one, DOT, guys. DOT is looking good. I'm looking quite excited to get in on DOT. So DOT, I want to get between, I still think this coin's an absolute bargain. 14.4 to 14.8 is where I want to be stocking up on DOT. My stop loss at $14. Now, this coin has done absolutely zero. So I see everything's been erased. This imbalance zone over here, I see DOT making its way up to 18.5 to the $20 region, which seems that we are going to be risking 5% of our capital for a 26 to a 32% trade for DOT. So now you use the same thing. OCO, put your limit order in, buy, put your stop loss, put your OCO, relax. We know if we get stopped at any point, we're getting it cheaper. The next one is Uni. Uni to catch anywhere between $16 to 16.6. No, this one's been a bit reversed. Sorry, guys. So this one's lower. So this one, anywhere between $15.6 to the $16.3 is where we want to get this one. I see things were changed a little bit. Excuse that. And stop loss. Remember now, guys, we have broken out of a trend, right? So if we're broken out of a trend, we shouldn't come back into that trend. And that's where the simplicity of the stop loss comes in. So I want to be catching as it's coming down time. I want to be catching it over here, buying in that zone, knowing we shouldn't come back into trend. So when we are doing our buys in that zone, then I know that my stop loss should always be at the bottom. So 15.48 will be my stop loss, and I want to be catching at least a low between 15.8 to the 16.3 region in the zone. So let me just do it so we don't confuse that we have it in that zone. So you can see how I'm literally starting to nut down exactly where we need to get it and making sure that our risk is low. So if we catch it anywhere in those zones, we're running at a risk of about 4 to 5%. And we obviously have the reward where Uni's done absolutely zero. And I see it going up to these regions over here. Remember, this doesn't even count as higher time frame reversals just yet. But it's just taking our money as it's in. So as we're there, our profits, 30 to 40%. But remember now, guys, any coin from now on your spot trades, if you get anything over 20, 25%, take profits. Even if it's 50% profit, put it as a damn rule in your book. It's a good trade. If you make anything over 20%, just take profits. Take 50% profits, 80% profits, leave the little bit rest for the rest. But anyway, it doesn't matter where my targets are. Take profits every time. My goal is to get that entry and make sure that our risk is in. Anytime along the journey that you are happy, make sure you take your profits. So dot, uni, link, ADA, no. And the last one I want to show you guys is Kusama. So if we have a look at Kusama, this one's looking really good in these zones. Kusama, $180. This is a bit smaller. There we go. $180 to $185 is where I want to get Kusama. Stop loss, $174. My TPs, I want to see us at least getting to 250 to the 280 zone. So we can see that our TPs, we're looking at 40% profits. Anywhere over 20%, start taking profits. And we're looking at a risk of, where's my ruler? There we go. Looking at a risk 4-5% as we get. Remember, guys, the next thing that I do want to just remind you guys on is when we take these trades, we come in and we start making our way up. Guys, at any point, we are making the higher high. So we make the higher high. It means we shouldn't make a lower low, right? Which means take that stop loss of yours. So you can see what I do is I have my, that's my limit order. But when I place my stop loss, I will cancel my stop loss and I'll re-put my stop loss a little bit higher. Remember, minimize that risk. So as soon as the trade starts progressing and making its way up and we get the higher high, you know that we shouldn't make the lower low. So you're then going to take in. So whatever low we make now at the zone over here and we start progressing up, we make the higher high, put that stop loss under that previous low, which means you've now taken from your 5% risk, you've made it 1%. Guys, who can be scared to say I'm risking 1% of my money for a 40% return? Come on. So let's make it simple. Remember to always make that trade free. It's a big, big, big thing. And I think that's it for now, guys. So Ethereum, Link, Dot, Uni, and Kusama are the main ones. And obviously, there's a nice short-term trade on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's holding good, guys. I really feel we're going to have a good green week. Not saying that everything's reversed on high time frames. We don't know, but there's a lot of money to be made short time frame. And at least, I think we're going to have at least 3 good trading days this week where we can make 20, 25% on these coins. Diversify, buy into our longer term holds, and you'll see how it starts to balance all of our entries. So I do apologize for the little stop in between, guys, but I hope this is starting to make sense. So we're going active on the spot. We're going to fill our cash. We're going to fill our long term. I've taught you guys how to take a stop loss now. Don't take any spot trades without a stop loss. And when you are taking profits, always, always, always make sure. So this is the main key part that I want you guys to learn today. And there's obviously a lot of spot trades, the longer term trades we did on Friday. We're just giving a little bit more time. So guys, on that now, what I do want to bring is I'm going to bring in our GOAT of staking. He's one of our in-house traders. He's a very good friend of mine, very good friend of ours. He's been in our community for a long time. And this man, remember, there's different ways of making money in this market. Different traders. It's not just charting and that. He's made amazing amounts of money off staking and learning how to use these platforms in general, these borrowing platforms. There's so many of them. And the big thing we wanted to show you guys today was how to start staking some of this money on Binance now. Binance is the best one we want to use because we know a lot of it's there. Remember, guys, that when you now split your portfolio and you got your long-term holdings and you got your short-term holdings, okay? Now, we always said you want to get your long-term holdings away from you. Okay, but obviously what we said by that is you send it to wallets or you send it to that, or you can stake it, which means it's taking it away. And I would love to introduce our GOAT of staking. How are you, buddy?
Sheldon, my brother, how you doing, man?
Awesome to have you. I'm very, very excited for you to show us what you got. I'm going to share your screen there. So guys, he's going to show you guys now how he stakes on Binance. Any of these longer term holds, when you start making this money and you start ones that you don't want to touch, this is where you start earning these gains and it starts to become, it gets it out of your reach. And I think I do have 1 or 2 questions for you as we go. But I think go for it, buddy. If you don't mind showing us what you got there and the simplicity of just learning how to stake on Binance.
Cool, Sheldon. And I think, the question to ask everybody still is why are we doing this? Ultimately, I know for myself, I'm doing it because I want to be free. And the only way to be really free is to have passive income. Trading is an unbelievable skill. Every single one of us in our team can do it. But for me personally, as a day trader, I sucked. So I didn't want to be a day trader. I wanted to be free. And, we all talk about making money here. Not one of us can make more time. So for me, the most important thing in my life is how much time have I got to myself. And that's ultimate freedom. And the only way to get free is to create passive income.
Brilliant,
so guys, I think the easiest way, first of all, is just to have a look at what you've got in your portfolio. And if you are following Crypto Banter, you should have, certain coins in your portfolio. And then the question is to ask yourself, how do I get the maximum out of those coins? Guys, we do not control the market. No one does. So for me to wake up every day and worry about the market going up or the market going down, you're going to drive yourself insane. So what I did was I got the ultimate conviction. I made sure that in my mind, I knew where crypto was going so that I'm playing the long game. I'm looking at a 5-year time frame. So if I'm
what
in
do
it
you
for the next
say?
5
It's
years,
okay to be rich in 5 years.
It's okay to be rich in 5
it.
years. It's okay to be financially free in 5 years. And that's the game plan, and that's the time frame we have to be looking at. So if you've got the conviction that you are happy to hold on to your coins for the next 5 years, and if you've been following Banter, you should be in coins that are going to last the next 5 years. And then, guys, the simplest way is that most of us have a Binance account. So if your coins are in Binance, then go and look what you can do with them. And guys, you'll be amazed. You want to make it full screen?
I want to see how to make it a bit bigger here, or if we can zoom in a bit. I see it's looking a little bit. So if you go on the right-hand corner of yours, just under the exit button, you've got those 3 little dots. And if you go in there, you'll see there's a little zoom thing where you can zoom in a bit. I don't know if you can see it there.
Sorry, man.
No problem. It's just a little bit small. We just want to make sure everyone can see it. Oh, we're getting our pullbacks. Time to be getting in there, spot traders. Yeah, if you can see it. Otherwise, we'll have a look, guys. Remember, we're also going to look to add these on the YouTube. No problem. Cool. Go for it, buddy.
So let's just show you quickly, guys, where to find it. So first of all, in your spot wallet, fiat and spot, if you guys continue down, you'll see there's a button that says earn. If you click on earn, this takes you to staking products within the Binance platform. Now that you're in the top, if you actually go to Binance staking products, and guys, have a look at the first coin there, Kusama, one of my favorites. So the question you have to ask yourself, the coins in your portfolio, are you prepared to hold it for a long term? In Binance, you can lock your coins up for certain periods of time. So if you have a look at Kusama, 14.79% APY, annual percentage yield. That means if I just lock my Kusama coins up for 1 year, at the end of that year, I will have 14.79% more Kusama coins.
So not growth on the token, more coins, guys. This is where the power comes. Now, if Kusama goes from $200 to $1,000, just calculate it. It's huge.
And Sheldon, where was Kusama just 6 months ago?
$600, what?
I mean, are we looking even at... So guys, you can now lock your Kusama coins up at the click of a button. You literally got to decide, are you going to lock it up for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? As you can see, you have to go through these regularly, because if you have a look, you can see that the 60-day and the 90-day lockup periods are actually sold out. But you can lock your Kusama up and you will earn, guys, you're not going to earn 14.79% for the 30 days, but you will earn that portion basically of 1 month by locking your Kusamas up. Now, guys, Binance is just one of the platforms. If you've got coins on any other reputable exchange, they often have staking rewards.
So buddy, so when you lock them up, do they remove them from your fiat, your dashboard, your wallet? Do they remove them out of that and not sitting in the staking pool?
Yes, so they will move out of your wallet. They are no longer in your fiat and spot wallets. Okay, they will now sit in your earning pool. So
it takes it out of your hand, out of your control, and it leaves them on the side. It's growing, and it's not just sitting there doing absolutely zero. Brilliant. So does this work for any of them? So there we can see a few coins there. Is that the only ones? Okay, yeah. So we got a whole list. So there we go. Guys. Look at that.
There's another one that should be in your portfolio. Solana, 9.2%. You can lock that up for 30 days, 60 days. 90 days. Okay, some of them are sold out. Guys, look at Polkadot. Sheldon, what did we buy Polkadot for last year? $3.
$3, yeah.
$3. And I can lock it up and earn 11.51%. Guys, I personally have my Polkadot and Kusama actually staked on Kraken. I have them staked on Kraken because in Kraken there is no lockup period. But for all intents and purposes for this call, we're going to just look at Binance.
We will bring more as we progress, guys, but it's just the main thing to understand on how to actually do it. Okay, so VeChain, you earn the gas tokens.
You actually earn VTHO, and I mean, Sheldon, that was a huge gainer this year as well, eh? VTHO.
Huge. It's going to go again. I'm still hodling. Diamond hands.
The diamond hands. Guys, there's another coin that should be in your hodling portfolio, Cardano. You can lock it up on Binance for 30 days with a 5.09% APY. You can also lock Cardano up on your Exodus wallet. The advantage with Exodus is that you don't have to lock it up for 30 days. So these are different options that you have. Here's one of my favorites.
Show us that one, buddy. Show us that one. Have you got it on another tab there? On the, where is it? Actual Pancake, huh? So Pancake as well, guys. If you own Cake, yeah, you can see 31%. That's huge. That's massive.
Yes. Yeah. So guys, not only do we stake, we are going to show you in follow-up calls in the Sniper School how you can also yield farm. So Sheldon, tell me if my other screen's coming up.
Yeah, got it, buddy. Yeah, it's there.
Guys, look at the APY on pancakeswap. Just staking Cake tokens. 107% APY.
Wow. You double your coins in 1 year. That's without the growth of the actual coin, guys.
And Sheldon, the beauty of these pools and this yield farming is that I can put my Cake into this yield pool and earn Cake tokens and basically take the APY. But I can, if I decide that I actually don't want Cake, I would actually rather prefer Ethereum. Once I've earned my Cake tokens, I can literally go to the trade and I can exchange my Cake tokens back into Ethereum.
So you're actually farming Ethereum.
I can farm Ethereum if I want with that kind of APY. So guys, these are the options that are available to us. You know, everybody needs to trade. Everybody needs to know how to trade, but not everybody has to be a day trader.
It's just another option. You see how we want to bring all different options, guys. And this is brilliant. This is where I believe 70%, you know, at the end of the day, we are saying we're active traders to 30% of our money, 20%. What happens to the 70%? Our bigger portions. This is where they should be sitting. This is where the other skill comes in of your actual portfolio. Because Brett's been doing this now for the last year. And he's done brilliant at just growing his actual portfolio. By just doing this, not actually having to learn how to day trade. At the end of the day, all these skills really work well. So thank you very much for that, buddy. I think what we will do is we'll do staking next week on Pancake, on Kraken, every week. Guys, we have become educators. Let's actually get us back on screen here. We are becoming educators. We are teaching you guys how all different variants. Which one are you? It doesn't matter. If you want to be an active trader, if you want to not, we just want to make sure we're ticking all boxes around there. So instead of leaving 70% of your money to do absolutely zero, learn to start earning these things. And what's lovely about you say not all of them have lockup periods. But even if they do, guys, it means you can lock up for 30 days and make 3-4% more coins for the month. Some of them more. But the power of that is crazy. You know what I mean? So at least learn that as we progress. And you don't have to lock them up for 2 years or for this. You have different rates. Even some of them, I'm not sure which ones it is, that you actually don't have any lockup periods. Is that correct?
Oh, so Sheldon, different exchanges, and you know, we can give the resource of where you can find out a lot of which coins can be pooled. So, you know, I go and look through all of these things. You know, for me, it's as simple as clicking a button to move some of my coins out of Binance into Kraken. I may earn a slightly more or a slightly less percentage, but for me, I decided, do I want to lock my coins up
whenever you want?
100%. And then you can use these pools to literally create, to yield farm coins that you want. So even if it's coins that you've never heard of before, literally can go through it. You can go into CoinGecko to see what the liquidity volumes are to sell them, and then you can literally earn a specific coin. And through Pancake and Binance Smart Chain, which has got incredibly low fees, you can literally farm your coins every couple of days and just turn them straight into let's say, for example, Ethereum. Guys, everything we're going to be showing you is very, very risk, or should I say, has got low risk. Nothing we do is risk-free, but all the pools that we are showing you does not incur impermanent loss. So we are not creating liquidity tokens, so you will not get liquid. We will not show you any. We've been through that road as well, Sheldon, through impermanent loss, where you've got a 3,000% APY, and then you wake up 2 days later and you've got 3 Ethereums that are now missing. So we will only show you. We will only show you pools where the risk is low.
Exactly. Awesome. But then what we'll do, guys, is you see the same way we've been doing all of this. We'll be doing a one for staking for you guys. All the platforms to stake on, how this, what your rules are, what your goals are, what your this are. We're going to do everything. But I loved what it just said now. You can stake Cake, and his rewards, he can actually do it for Ethereum. So the fact that you can actually farm Ethereum this way is powerful. It's just another way for you guys to see. So buddy, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I know we're going to see you again, and we'll get the rest out to everyone. Thank you, buddy. You're awesome. I really, really appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. Awesome, guys. So I know it was a little bit of, I have given you guys a lot of short-term trades. We got 5 short-term trades. Bigger picture, we're still waiting for more candle prints. I hope you guys are learned. I've taught you guys stop losses now. I've taught you OCOs. I've taught you take profit points and how to be doing it. Remember, we also have our beautiful coin panel. Go have a look. Go watch a video. That also helps you very much if you don't have a lot of time to get into everything else. But we wanted to bring you guys some, I think it's key important things so that we can actually do it this week. If you don't know how to set a stop loss, how are you going to take these trades with me? If you don't know how to buy them, how are you going to do it? So now we've gotten this out of the way. Let's focus on what we have created and what we have built for the week, where we are going to start this system. We are going to start building the system. And we're going to do this a shorter time frame now. And now we know what to start doing with our longer time frame coins. Stake them, get them out of your reach, and let's start this whole system, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like, show some love. I am going to be selecting winners for this trading with the sniper. We're going to be getting that through. Make sure you are keeping away on the Twitters. That's all going to be coming through there. Like I say, it's easy for us to reach you guys from that side. But I think that's it, guys. So I hope have a brilliant day. If you get your entries for those coins, put your stop loss in, know when to take profits. And tomorrow we'll see where everything is sitting, guys. So from my side, I hope you've enjoyed. Have a great day. Trade safe. And I will see you guys all tomorrow.